11:30, we got Louisville traveling to number 24, Wake Forest. Louisville ended up starting off the season not very... Oh, wait, by the way, I should finish. Wake Forest fair of 7 points on ESPN3. Louisville started the season not well with a 43-24 loss to Ole Miss, but they ended up getting back on the right track the next week with a 30-3 win over Eastern Kentucky. They ended up having the big win, 42-35 over UCF. Honestly, probably shouldn't have had this win, but still, regardless, this is still a very good Louisville team right now. And they ended up having a very good win, 31-23 at Florida State. Blake Cunningham last week went 25-39, threw for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also led the team in carries and rushing yards. Ended up having 14 carries for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. Tyler Harrell, leading receiver, ended up having 2 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. Wake Forest, on the other hand, has been the team to beat in the ACC. And you know what? I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here on the ACC. Everyone has complained forever since I've started watching college football that the ACC is so weak and Clemson just gets to sleepwalk through a schedule and get to the playoffs. Guess what, guys? You got your wish. The ACC is deep this year. You have Wake Forest, who is very good and not getting enough credit. You have NC State, very good, not getting enough credit. Virginia Tech, very good, not getting enough credit. And then Boston College getting absolutely no credit, despite being an undefeated college football team, which at this point in the season is a remarkable feat. I am beyond irritated at people who are just like, oh, the ACC's bad. They're not going to get a team in the playoffs this year. Why the frick not? This has been an insane college football season. Clemson's out of the playoff picture in week 4. Texas A&M has a loss. Week 4. Arkansas is good. Arkansas is a top 10 team. Penn State's a top 4 team. Iowa's a top 5 team. Oregon's top 3. This is an insane college football season. Why can't there be an ACC team in the playoff? Answer me that. Why can't there be an ACC team in the playoff? What happens if the SEC eats each other? Is that not likely? Because Arkansas, Georgia play. Auburn and Georgia play. Auburn and LSU play. I mean, all these teams could eat each other, and we could see an SEC team win it with 2 losses on their resume. In the Big 12, there are only 3 undefeated teams left. One of them's going down this week at the very least. Oklahoma could go down this week to Kansas State. Again, Pac-12, the only really chance for the Pac-12 is Oregon. What happens if Oregon slips up? And it's just like, the ACC is good this year. It's just Clemson's not good. And the fact is we completely ignore all the other teams in the ACC unless they're like coached by Mac Brown or they're Miami. But the fact is, some teams that aren't known for being phenomenal at college football are really good this year. Wake Forest is one of them. They ended up having a 42-10 win over Old Dominion to start the season, 41-16 win over Norfolk State, 35-14 win over Florida State, and then they ended up having a dominating win against Virginia this week, 37-17. To give you an idea of how good this offense has been, again, I just read you those numbers. The least amount of points they've put up is 35 points in a football game. No one else can say that. That is a top-tier team, right? Alabama can't say that. Georgia can't say that. Penn State can't say that. Oregon can't say that. This is an offense that is insane. Let's read some Sam Hartman stats from last week. Against Virginia, so not an easy... this isn't Norfolk State. This is a Virginia defense that's pretty solid normally. Sam Hartman went 17-29, threw for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns. Justice Ellison on the ground had 13 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. And Jaquari Robertson ended up having 4 receptions for 91 yards. This Wake Forest Demon Deacons offense is so insanely good this year. It is nuts how dominant and good this Demon Deacons team has the chance of being. And especially with a side without Clemson being dominant, Boston College and NC State being the only real threats to that side, Wake Forest has a chance to go undefeated down the stretch and make the playoffs. And I legitimately do believe that, and I don't think they're getting enough respect. Give me Wake Forest to dominate here. I think they're going to crush Louisville. Give me Wake Forest to cover that 7-point spread.